My name is Aaron Cairo. I'm a professional skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and today I'm going to teach you how to half Casper flip. For the half Casper flip, put your feet in kind of a kickflip position. Your front foot is up there just close to those front bolts, and it's turned at about a 45-degree angle. You want your foot right there so that you can do kind of a half of a kickflip, and then your back foot is over almost in a pop shove it position, closer to the front edge of the skateboard. So your back foot, you want it perched like this, right on the ball of your foot. That's very important because your back foot is going to pop down super fast, but then it has to scoop down in order to get it to do that half Casper flip rotation. So that back foot position is super important. So have it perched right on the ball of your foot toward the edge, just like that. This is one of those tricks that requires a great deal of speed and accuracy, so the foot position is super important. Now with your front foot, again, it's very similar to a kickflip position, just right there. And you can see that my foot is angled quite a bit, and that is to get that half kickflip rotation with that front foot. So essentially what's going to be happening is you're going to do like a half kickflip, and then your back foot is going to kick the back of the board, causing the board to turn over end, and then it's going to come around and land. Now a lot of you guys might be thinking this is just a hospital flip, but the difference is with a hospital flip you don't hit it with your back foot, you just use your front foot wholly. So this one we're going to actually be using the back foot. So this is the first practice step. Just practice this over and over and over again. You cannot practice this one enough. It's just basically it's just a half kickflip, and I want you to do exactly what I'm doing right here. Just do a half kickflip motion, put your board down, don't try and land on it, don't try and do anything else, just kick your board over and just put it down just like that. That's all you really want to do, and that's a very important practice step. Cool, so that's another angle. You can kind of see what the front foot does. It's not really like pushing down, so don't confuse it with that too much, but it's more of just like a half kickflip rotation. So I guess it would be a good idea if you had your kickflips down pretty well. Again, this has to be done super fast in the air because this is just half of the trick, really. The next thing I want you to do is practice landing with your back foot on the tail like that. So essentially you're going to be doing the half kickflip motion and then just putting your back foot on. So this step isn't too much more complicated really than the first one, except for you're just landing on it with your back foot. And then as soon as you got that down, the thing you have to work out is just that flip motion. I'm kind of breaking this down into 3 different steps. So first it's the half kickflip, then you're doing the half kickflip but landing on the back of the tail with your back foot. And then the third step is just that practice step where you're scooping down with your back foot and bringing your front foot up, and that's what causes it to do basically the flip motion. So you can also practice that final step by just starting out with the board upside down like that. And this is really what I suggest you guys do. I mean, really, from the second to the third step, you could put those both together, but I want you to pay very close attention to what my feet are doing. So my back foot is going to kind of scoop down, and my front foot is going to scoop up. And essentially you're just flipping the board over, kind of like a pop shove it and a half flip. So that step right there is actually quite easy. It's just going to require you standing just like this with your feet like that, and then scoop down with your back foot and pull up with your front foot. And that is going to cause the board to do that motion. So standing still like this, it's very easy. Now where this trick just gets brutally hard is putting this all together in the air. So I do suggest just practicing it like this, putting it all steps together, not in the air obviously. So you're going to do a half flip, land with your back foot on there, and then do that scoop around and then land just like that. This is actually how I learned this trick, was just by doing that a whole bunch, and then I went, gosh, I wonder what if I did that really fast, if I could do it all in the air. And you can. And so after you get that down, you can practice by leaving your back foot off like I did on that first one. And then you just got to work it out. Just give it a bunch of shots, and I'm sure you're going to be landing primo, under rotating, and not fully getting it around. So there's many things that can go wrong in doing this trick, and it is quite difficult because there is so much going on so fast. Don't necessarily concentrate on like having to have a super huge high ollie or jumping to the moon or anything like that. Obviously, the higher you pop, the easier it is going to be because there's so much going on in the air. But just concentrate on moving your feet really fast. I think that's where your best bet is going to be. Cool. So with all those steps put together, it basically just looks like this. I mean, you're doing a half flip and then your back foot comes around and just grabs that tail and whips it. So check this out. My back foot pops down right there super fast as my front foot begins that half kickflip motion, and my back foot comes forward right away. And you see how my back foot just barely hits the tail, but it causes that tail to go forward as my front foot is bringing it back. And that's what brings the board under control and then puts it right underneath me so I can land. So really your front foot is the main point of focus, but if you don't get your back foot there to shoot that board forward enough, it's gonna be more of a hospital flip and not a half Casper flip, and it's just a different trick really. So check out that back foot. Boom, just shoves it forward, keeps the board right underneath me, and then it comes around and I land and roll away. So this is a super fun trick. Obviously it's a great one for a game of skate because not a lot of people do it. Make sure you guys get the Skateboarding Made Simple videos. There are 6 volumes out right now. They're available at brailleskateboarding.com, iTunes as an iBook, and on the Google Play Store for all of you Android users. I'm trying to make these available to everyone because they truly are the fastest and best way to learn how to skateboard. Thanks a lot for watching. Please click that subscribe button. Follow us on all of these other social media platforms. And then these below are playlists, so if you guys want to watch all of the videos of the Today I Learned or any of the Learn to Skate videos, check them out. Thanks again, you guys are the best.